Kathy, there were violent scenes on the border today, and we will bring you images of that soon. But as you watch them, ask yourself the question, whose purpose, whose agenda seeing these images serve? Because it certainly is not that of the refugees. It serves the purpose of two people, Alexander Lukashenko of Belarus and Vladimir Putin of Russia, both men trying to exert pressure on Europe in different sorts of ways. Alexander Lukashenko spoke to Angela Merkel of Germany in the last 24 hours, and some consternation in this part of the world about that call. The Polish government and the government of the Baltic states, a sense really that politics is being done over their head when it came to that call, and also a sense perhaps that the call in some way legitimizes Alexander Lukashenko's regime. Remember, a man dubbed Europe's last dictator. And one last quick thought, bear in mind the people of Belarus in all of this. They have been sort of overlooked in the last couple of weeks. The migrants and refugees are just passing through Belarus. The people who live there are stuck there. Here is how the day panned out. Very little about this manufactured crisis at the Kuznica border crossing is organic, including the violence. A couple of hundred migrants and refugees who'd been camped out on the Belarusian side attacked the fence today, trying to force their way into Poland.
Poland! I have children! I want to go to Poland!
Missiles were thrown at the police. Water cannon and stun grenades were used. Over the last few days, rumours had spread that Poland would let people through, something that was never going to happen. Yesterday, a couple of thousand people joined in a sit-in in front of the Polish border gate. By this morning, most had left, and a smaller group of men, mainly Iraqi Kurds, became violent. These images serve a number of political agendas. Last night, Polish border guard released footage which they say shows Belarusian troops trying to breach the fence. We don't know if it's true or not because journalists aren't allowed near the Polish side of the border. We do know that these people are pawns in a 3D geopolitical chess game. The other moves on the board as follows. Alexander Lukashenko spoke to Angela Merkel over the phone yesterday. The Belarusian opposition described the call as legitimizing his regime.
Мы пришли к единому мнению, что эскалация никому не нужна, ни Европейскому Союзу, ни Беларуси. И допустить эскалации, как бы кому-то этого не хотелось, как я уже сказал, вплоть до горячего столкновения, мы не можем.
Another move. Today, Germany's energy regulator halted the approval process for Russia's controversial Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. Vladimir Putin is using his Belarusian proxy to lever influence on several fronts, perhaps with an eye on the shifting power dynamic in the EU as Angela Merkel bows out. All of that before we even mention the unusually large build-up of Russian military hardware in Ukraine of late. So to the counter-offensive in this hybrid war. The EU's fifth package of sanctions will hurt Lukashenko. Poland has managed to stop a large number of migrants coming in. So, what will Lukashenko do if the thousands of people he brought in get stuck here? A possible glimpse today, a giant logistics centre which will house a couple of hundred people near the checkpoint. We're housing migrants and refugees, literally.